So I know a lot of guys was at the practice today. And some of the guys who was injured who did not practice was Markel Bell, Eli Stowers. Those are the big names. Markel Bell, Eli Stowers. Landon Dickerson didn't practice, but it wasn't injury related. It was more so rest. Uh, while the practice was going on, Jordan Mailata came out a couple of times, and he was working kind of gingerly the first time. We don't really know exactly what the injury was, but he was walking kind of gingerly. He did come back after he walked gingerly to the sideline, I guess, to go get um, evaluated. Jordan Davis actually got banged up with an arm. He walked off. It didn't look bad from what I'm hearing because I was only listening to it through the radio station. So it didn't sound like it was really really bad, but he might have stayed out the rest of the game. I mean the rest of the practice. O line, O line was kind of interchangeable. Willie Lipkin actually played today. I know he had an injury like yesterday or the day before. He had an injury, but he actually came to practice today. This guy got some toughness about him. I like Willie Lipkin. I think we stole him from like the Rams. He was on injury IR or something like that, and we took him from the Rams, which you ain't supposed to do. I think it's like an unsaid rule, kind of like laying the ball up when you up by 30 points in basketball. But we did it anyway. It's no penalty against it, but like all the teams was like, yeah, you ain't supposed to do nothing like that. Either way, we got a really good pickup when we got Willie Lipkin. Jalen Mooney. This might be a really good pickup for us, man. The more stuff that I see on this kid, I'm thinking he a safety. I thought he played at corner with the 49ers, but I'm thinking safety. I ain't done all my research. I'm just seeing clips here and there. I got a clip that I want to show you guys in this video, so stay tuned. Also, while practice was going on, we had a couple of guys who got some touchdowns. Man, we had some busted coverages on defense, and I don't know if that was so much the scheme of the offense or it was just guys, lost focus and left a situation out there in which Jalen Hurts took full advantage of. And it was kind of tough in this offense. Jalen Hurts threw another pick. This defense was really on him. And he threw another pick, but he threw 2 touchdowns. I think a lot of guys will be happy to see who he threw those 2 touchdowns to. We'll get to that in the video. Guess who played full back in this practice? Somebody took some reps at fullback that you would never guess in a million years. You would never guess this person took these reps. But I think that's something interesting to watch. I think it's something. I'm gonna tell you why in the video. Nolan Smith was at media day. He was asked some questions. And he was asked, was he 100% healthy? He did confirm that he's 100% healthy. He's good to go. And he was asked another question that gives me championship hopes, man. Like he got a championship mindset. When he said that, I felt like, look, we were going to the bowl again. We ain't took one snap in the regular season, and I felt like we were going to the bowl by how he answered this question. Jahai Campbell talked about the Drake Mays pull up. If y'all seen like the joint practices, Jahai Campbell had a free blitz, and he came straight up the middle. On that pass to AJ Brown, he pulled up on that and he was gonna deliver a blow to Drake Mays. Had that been live, they might have been looking for another quarterback. Real. So, with all that being said, man, let's just get into it.
Yeah, I done fell so many times, but I got back up. I've been drugged through the mud, like it ain't been enough. I'm still going, 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 still going. And I done felt so much pain that I wanna give up, but I just can't stop now, cause I've been through too much. I'm still going, 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 still going.
All right, so let's talk about the practice before I forget. I just got done watching the practice with the Philadelphia Eagles, And it was first team against first team, second team against second team. You know what I'm saying? I was real concerned about the first team versus first team, and it was a blown coverage, which gave Hollywood Brown a deep pass in which he got a touchdown in. Makai Lemon actually got his first touchdown, and I think that it was with him coming out of the backfield. Makai Lemon, from what I was hearing in these it was WIP which I was listening to, but from what I was hearing live, Makai Lemon is struggling to get separation, struggling to get separation, and that ain't that bad. That ain't that bad because you got to account for this is a really tough defense. He might can get a lot of separation from other defenses. This is a really tough defense, an elite defense. If you look at the corners all the way across the board, you got Pro Bowl corners all the way across the board. So he struggled to get separation, in which Jalen Hurts actually threw an interception trying to get him the ball. And from WIP, what they were saying, I wasn't watching it, but from WIP, what they were saying is, it looked like we were force feeding Makai Lemon. Like we was trying to figure out some ways to get Makai Lemon the ball. And though that was one of the things where I just think, you gotta pull off that one, take the sack. And but he did get his first touchdown. Saquon Barkley actually got a touchdown too. And I'm thinking it's kind of off that little wheel route thing that we do when a blitz come. So Saquon Barkley notched a touchdown. Johnny Mutt took some reps at fullback. This makes me believe that Cam Latu don't make this team. And the reason I say that is because Cam Latu was our fullback after the guy who was a linebacker. We converted him to fullback. God, I can't remember his name. It was such a short stint, but he stayed injured so much. We put Cam Latu in there, and then Cam Latu did well at fullback. And I figured that if we were going to run a fullback without running Carson Steele, we would run Cam Latu. We did not. We went Johnny Mutt. So it looks like maybe Cam Latu don't make this team. I'm thinking we go 3 tight ends: Dallas Goedert, Johnny Mutt, Eli Stowers. The team, the offense struggled a little bit. Man, it was some air throws. I think it was a lot of under center, but I think that they were working on a lot of shotgun. I am somebody who was very adamant about the shotgun looking kind of bad the last game. It got better, but to start off, that shotgun was looking horrible. This is a new offense. We got to remember that. Like, it's not going to look great as, with the season going on. Like, we're not going to have Super Bowl offense right now. We got to go through some. So I got to remind myself of that as well. Jalen Money. Yeah, I think it's Jalen Mahoney. He's a defensive back. And he in the NFL, he played with the 49ers. We go get him, I think, the Canada League or something like that. And I'm thinking they playing him as safety in the Canada League, man, because he coming down dropping bombs on people. He's coming downhill dropping bombs on people. Like, I like the way he played football. So I can see him. I can't wait to see him play the Cincinnati Bengals on Friday. We also had the offensive line being a little sour. The offensive line being a little sour about Vic Fangio bringing the defensive players meatballs and pasta. What else he brought? I think he brought them cookies or something like that. And they ain't happy about that. They ain't happy about it. He ain't bringing us nothing. The offensive line is the people who want some of that action. And this is kind of how that went.
I mean, I love Vic's defense too, man. Vic Fangio, he's a guy that I want to play for so bad. Just be like a big fat nose guard in the middle. Fucking all these exotic blitzes, some dogs around you. Like, what you want, man. Plus, Vic seems like an OG. He was telling me about the meatball stuff. You guys get a little jealous about the pasta parties that he throws for the defense?
Yeah, I've heard all sorts of shit about that. Hey, I haven't seen one piece of spaghetti, no meatballs, no fucking cookies, nothing. He's like the fucking the mastermind of the building. He's like, see, I'm gonna get you.
Lane calls it he's the penguin.
Yeah.
He is.
Pretty accurate.
And that scares me.
Dude.
I mean, he's just like an old, ornery, angry man. And like, he just loves to, like, we'll do walkthroughs and stuff early, do like blitz pickup and stuff. And he just sits there with, his pants pulled up above his belly button, just looking at you. Okay. He dials up all of his blitz packages for us. And we're like, it's fucking asshole. Like, all he does is stand around and watch us. We're like, don't you got shit to do?
Yeah, like Landon Dickerson looked like he the most sour out of all of them. And we know Landon Dixon, he get down. He get down. He be shoving back them Uncrustables, 20, 30 Uncrustables in while we playing a full game. But that was kind of funny. I thought I'd share that with y'all, man. But Jahad Campbell talked about the Drake Mays pull-up thing. Now that's a meme going everywhere, and a lot of the time the meme is on the Patriots side. They believe AJ Brown was in, like his foot was out. He wasn't gonna make the catch if Jahad Campbell wasn't even there. But in live practice, in a live game, he put Drake Mays to sleep, and it's a pop ball. Like that thing just hang up there, interception, because he got through there clean.
Hey Jihad, the first day of joint practice last week in team drills, you had that blitz up the middle. You had to obviously hold up because Drake was throwing. In a game, is that a sack? Is that a quarterback hit? And then like a broader question, how often does it happen in practice where the play's different if it's live or if the quarterback's not wearing the red jersey?
Thanks, Jihad.
From your opinion on that play, would you have gotten him?
I mean, definitely for sure. But like I said,
Like anybody who watched that, if you watch it and you see how fast he came, he took like when he pulled up, he took like 2-3 steps after like pulling up. He'd have dropped him so far in that dirt. It'd have been ugly. You'd have been looking for another quarterback with the way the hit he'd have put on him getting that ball in there. All right. Last, Nolan Smith was asked how he feels. Is he feeling 100%? He did. He said he feels 100%. He feels strong. He put back on some muscle. I didn't know he lost weight, but he lost weight, I guess, because he wasn't able to work out how he wanted to work out. And he said I put back on that weight. And they asked him about the contract. It was like, man, you see your other Bulldog brothers getting contracts, extensions and stuff. He said, how do you feel about your extension? He said this.
Hi, Nolan. I imagine you were pretty excited when you saw your two dogs get new contract extensions, Jordan and Jalen. Do you find any added motivation in that? Do you feel yourself thinking, hey, I want to be next. That's what I want?
No extra motivation. The motivation isn't for the money. The motivation is to build championships and legacies with my brothers forever. Not many people say that, you can win a Super Bowl and several national championships together with the same group. And, that's a legacy that, can speak for itself. So, I don't look into the money aspect of that. We trying to build something special.
Thanks, Nolan.
I think we forget where Nolan Smith was before those injuries. Nolan Smith was leading postseason sacks by a player. Postseason sacks. Like he came out, wasn't even supposed to play like that. Postseason sacks, he was destroying people. Now he had the injuries, and he said that also in an interview. He trying to, he's focused on being healthy, doing the right things for his body to make it 17 games. And if he do that and he plays healthy, Nolan Smith played violent. If he stays healthy, Nolan Smith is one of the really great rushers in this league. Jonathan Grenard won't be back week 1. Nolan Smith has a shot to make people remember who he is, because he ain't no scrub. Nolan Smith is not a scrub. He's just been dealing with I wouldn't say Brandon Graham. He got a long ways to go to be Brandon Graham, but he can have that kind of career. Nolan Smith can most definitely have that kind of career. That is all I got, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Turn those post notifications on so y'all stop missing these videos. And we out. Let's go, Bird.